I was watching Extras the other night, and they brought up what is the largest animal that you could kick to death? And I thought that was fairly interesting. Because remember, there's some animals that would beat you if you tried to kick them to death.
Right.
So you got to kick something large. What about for you, Fez?
I think I could kick a turkey to death.
Nothing bigger than a turkey? That's as big as you would go? Earl, what about you?
For me, it would probably be a dog.
You couldn't kick anything bigger than a dog?
Probably not. Not bigger than a dog.
Because, and now this might be cheating by me saying this, but I honestly think if I had the time, I could kick a giraffe to death.
Oh.
They do not fight back. The legs, I'd shatter them. I'd break them. Then once I get them down, and I would have to, take it to the ground because I don't know whether you've ever been up next to a giraffe. They're thick.
Right.
And they almost have a head like a little horse up there.
Yeah, they do. It's stupid
huge,
little
too.
heads.
But it's it's tiny compared to the rest of the body. I mean, the thing that kills you when you're next to a giraffe is how strong the neck is. It's not a stack of dimes. It goes on like a body for a long time, and then the head is pretty small compared to the rest of it. I'd kick out its legs, and once it went down, I'd have to kick its little head. But I do think I could kick a giraffe to death. I don't have to worry about it hurting me. Pitsy, have you thought about this at all?
Yeah, I think I could kick a seal to death, even though they're going to be hard to catch and it's going to be slippery.
Seal will bite you like a dog, though.
Yeah, that's why you need to get it from behind.
Yeah. So, I mean, my thing is, I don't think a giraffe will ever beat me. And by the way, I'm going in a fenced-in area. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that I could go out and kick a giraffe to death in Africa. I need it fenced in. Not too tight. I mean, it gets a chance to run around a little bit. But I would have the opportunity to go with it.
Well, the thing about your giraffe is their neck is very exposed. And I think that's an advantage for you.
Yeah, but I got to get up awful high to kick it.
Well, I was thinking maybe if you kicked it like once, maybe in the belly, and then he gets over. You're not
going to kick it in the belly. I need to break a leg to get it down.
Yeah,
and I'm not going to try to kick the neck to death. I'm going to have to go up for a headshot. But your way of acting like if I would come swinging in and then be able to kick it. Yeah, maybe I'd have a chance, but it seems exhausting.
But if he comes running at you, you can maybe do like a drop toe hold and then just get him down.
No, kicking. It's a straight kick.
No, I understand,
No, that's cheating. That's using a wrestling move to get somebody in there, and that's completely cheating. Why not go like this? Oh, all right, I'll take a buzzsaw, chop off its legs, and then kick it to death. Well, then forget it. I'll take on just about any animal.
You know who are very overrated?
By the way, I don't think I'm going to get beat in this.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
But you know who I think is very overrated and who I definitely could kick to death is a hippopotamus.
You're out of your mind, my friend.
I am not.
No way.
First of all, hippos kill more people every year than lions.
But
hippos are considered incredibly dangerous.
Yes, but not very alert, I don't think. And they'd be eating some swamp food. I kick them right in the stomach.
You're out of your mind.
Terrible balance.
I don't know what kind of damage you think you could do to a hippo's gut.
First of all, I think the thing is going to turn on you and kill you. I need somebody to back me up on this because I've read this before. Hippos kill more, I believe, than any other animal in Africa. They are feared.
Right. Feared. But not great balance.
Based on what? You're not going to knock it over.
Oh, yeah.
It's low to the ground, wide to the road.
Not very athletic. That's what I'm going by. A hippo is like the fat kid who used to get picked on, and I'm going to kick the hell out of that son of a bitch.
See, besides getting eaten by it, attacked by it, I don't think you're getting through that tough girth.
Here's Maddie. You're on Fez.
What's up, brother? I could probably dominate an ostrich just because of its inquisitive nature. Once he leans that neck in, I could probably snap that with a roundhouse.
No, because an ostrich kicks back. You could actually lose that fight. You want to fight something that really isn't going to be able to take you down. Sean, you're on Fez.
Yeah, the hippo definitely kills more people in Africa because where it lives by fresh water.
Right.
Rivers and lakes, and there's no official stat, but there's tons of boating accidents because they fall asleep and knock boats over.
And what do? They bite the people once they get them in the water?
I think they thrash them to death and they drown them too. It's just
good.
It's just a combination of things. So it's like you have a boat at night.
Well, you have to do this in the natural habitat.
That's fine.
You're
Now,
going to be in the water and kick it?
hell yeah.
Have you ever tried to kick anybody underwater? You're getting nothing.
It's not easy, but I'll train. And I'm glad that guy told me. Now I have some moral incentive.
Weeks, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, what's up, Ronnie?
Yeah.
Just want to agree with you that Dave's are mental for trying to kick hippopotamus.
Mental.
They are extremely dangerous. They're not alert, like you're saying. They're quite quick moving when they get going with thrash Dave alive.
I wouldn't even mind getting some YouTube hippo attacks, which I've never seen one. But I need to know how these things attack like this, how they fight. All right,
Yeah,
here comes Pepper Hicks. He's going to have some information for us. Thank you, Pepper. It's exactly what I needed.
Yeah, the hippo can go so many different ways with the way it's going to kill somebody.
Africans regard hippos as the continent's most dangerous animal. Although accurate numbers are hard to come by, hippos kill more people each year than lions, elephants, buffaloes, leopards, and rhinos combined. Did I say leopards twice?
No.
Okay. Hippopods are led by dominant males, which weigh 6,000 pounds or more. It's like kicking a car to death. Females will live between 3,500 and 4,500. Well, here's interesting. What do you think the name hippopotamus means? The Greeks named it.
I have no idea.
River horse. That's the river horse.
Boy, they were a little off with that.
I don't know. I think it's perfect. That's the horse of the river. Spends most of the day in the water dozing.
See?
At night, hippos emerge and eat 100 pounds of vegetation and children. Hippos can be testy and brutal when it comes to defending their territory and their young. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. There is always going to be a baby it thinks you're trying to get to. Hippos have trampled or gored people who strayed too near, dragged them into lakes, tipped over their boats, and bitten off their heads.
Okay, well, biting off their head. And you just said that they doze a lot in the daytime, so I get an afternoon game.
Those things are far underwater. You're not going to get it. They sleep like 12 feet under. When it comes out is when it's all happening. Of course, I can kick anything to death while it's sleeping. It's cheating. Mark, you're on Run Fez.
Yeah, I miss Fez. I would love to kick a fucking redhead to death.
All right, that's Dave. John, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, I'm sorry, man. There's no way you could take a giraffe. They're like the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of the animal kingdom. Lions don't even fuck with giraffes, dude. I'm sorry.
What is the problem?
Those humongous legs will huge power and leverage. They'll just knock your head off.
I've never heard of a giraffe attacking anything.
No,
don't tell me I've never seen lions eating giraffe meat. I've seen it time and time again. I've found their carcasses.
Okay, well, you've traveled more than I have. I've seen crocodiles go after them because crocodiles are fearless, but lions...
Oh, and I'm filled with fear. All I'm saying is this. I'm going to break its legs with a kick. Then when it's down, I'm going to kick it in that tiny head. And again, I said I needed time. I didn't say I could beat one in 8 minutes. It's going to take a while.
Well, you've never...
All right, look at a hippo skull. This is the
correct.
skull that you're trying to kick.
I'm not going to try and... I'm not going for a jaw kick.
Look at those teeth.
Mr. B.
They are going to bite right through you.
That is the river horse.
I am going to kick him right over onto the ground, and then when he's on his back...
You are not going to kick over something
kick him in the belly.
that's 6,000 pounds. It doesn't happen. Why don't you go out and try to kick a car over? If I see you kick a car over, I'm going to say that you could kill a hippo. Why are there pictures of your chick with my caca every time I turn around?
I don't know, and I don't care for it.
That looks romantic. He looks better with her than you do.
Okay.
But you look better with Earl than anyone else. Salt and pepper, I like to call you. Dan, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Dave, I just want to tell you that hippopotamuses, not only they're dangerous to humans, but lions and crocodiles know not to fuck with them. A hippo, if a crocodile tries to attack him, will actually get snapped in half by that huge jaw.
That's just more of an indictment on lions. It just goes to show you that they're not all that. That they're not the kings of the jungle. I don't think it has anything to do with us.
Here's Pete. Pete, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Ron. I grew up in South Africa.
Me too.
And the reason why so many people get killed by these hippos, they drink the local beer, and the hippos graze at night, And these people go out at night, and then about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning when they walk back home, that's when they cross the path with these hippos, and that's when they get killed. That's the big reason.
So you're saying the main reason that they beat us in fights is because they're drunk? We're drunk.
Exactly. The native blacks, the Zulus and the Xhosas, they go out drinking on his buddy's farm. He walks back home at 5 in the morning, and that's when he gets killed. That's when the hippos are out there grazing.
All right, thank you. Here is JT. JT, you're on the fence.
What's up, boys? Hey, Ronnie, I got to agree with you and disagree with that last caller. I believe you can kick a freaking giraffe to death. Giraffe can't kick you. Its legs are too straight. They don't ever fucking bend.
Well, here's the thing about a giraffe. A giraffe is like a horse with a neck problem. It seems like you're next to a big horse. And then the neck takes off, so you're like, this has got to be something else. Then you get up to the top and you're dealing with a horse again. It is the weirdest fucking animal we ever had. And, well, there she is with Solera. So people are like, well, the reason why is because they were stretching so much that their necks grew. And I'm over what period of time? How long do you got to stretch before your children are born with a 12-foot neck?
And why were trees so tall back then? I mean, there wasn't.
They weren't tall for anyone else. Other people were able to eat.
There wasn't any shrubs back then.
And forget that. Just eat some grass. Lean over and eat the grass.
That's what I don't understand about evolution. If, let's say, the giraffe's long neck is because he had to keep reaching higher and higher for leaves. All right, why didn't other animals have that same problem and their necks get straight? Why didn't evolution just go straight across the board?
Well, it does for some things. Like all animals have legs. They need to walk. Right?
Right.
So you can see that. They all developed their own legs. But other animals weren't eating the tops of these trees for whatever reason. But I am not sure of that at all anyway. But it's not like we all don't have things that we need.
Yeah.
Like all fish get gills, all mammals get lungs. So yeah, we all do that. Chris, you're on Fez.
Hey, I have to go with a crocodile or alligator, but you have to have a plan and sneak up on them when their mouths are closed, step on his mouth, and then kick him or smash his head with your other foot. And I
don't think you can do it.
Boot.
Because it's too big of a risk. There are other animals out there to kick to death that aren't going to bite you. And again,
you're the master, though.
I don't want anybody to get the idea that we're a bunch of people who go around kicking animals. This is an experiment that we got from Ricky Gervais. It's a philosophical question. You don't do these things. You just wonder to yourself, if I had to, what's the biggest animal I could kick to death? For instance, I know I could kick a shark to death if I got it up on a dock. But in the water, I'm never going to kick a shark to death forever. Probably not even if I had him in 2 feet of water. I really need him up on a dock. I'm probably up there for a good 2-3 hours. I need him to dry out a little bit and not feel so fighty. And the first thing I do is kick his eyes out, and then I go on from there.
Well, you're taking a lot of precautions.
I do what I have to do. I mean, you know, the fact that I'm going to fight a smart fight doesn't make me a coward. Makes me a thinker.
It doesn't seem like much of a challenge, though.
You're trying to kick a hippo over. It's not going to happen in a million years.
Seems like a kick to the gill on a shark would be pretty devastating. I mean, I know it's up on the dock and it's not breathing anyway, but it's such a loose part. It's almost like an entranceway already open.
You're going to be kicking you're not going to get one kick a shark to death. Not a great way. You're going to be kicking all day long.
You could get your foot caught in the gill.
Yeah, I would not go for the gill either.
That would be risky.
I'm looking for a headshot, maybe something up above the eye after I get done kicking the eyes out. But also, you're really going to be stretching for a long time before you get into something like this. Because you're going to be kicking in a manner that you've never kicked before. You're going to have to say, today I'm showing up to work. Today I am the king of kick.
Maybe you could get trained by a professional soccer player or something. Just repetitive kicking.
Here's Todd. Todd, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Hey, how about a manatee, man? Pretty docile.
I'd wrap him up in Santa Fe. Manatee, big enough, you get it on a dock, you're going to kick it to death. You're not going to kick something to death underwater. I don't think most of you guys have ever tried to kick anybody in a pool. You really don't come out well with this.
The manatee, I think, again, tough hide. I would wonder, if you have trouble getting through as you're kicking.
Headshot.
Yeah.
You're not going to try to, kick a spleen. Anything that you're really going to probably be able to do is going to be headshot. Gary, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, Ryan, listen, you got me a little concerned, bud. Just want to give you a little heads up. The zebra can be disemboweled by a giraffe. Now, I'm concerned about you.
All right, hold on. I didn't know zebras kicked back. I didn't know giraffes kicked back.
Oh, giraffes, that's their main defense mechanism.
Forget it, I'm out. I had no idea. I thought they were leaf eaters. I went out of my way, unlike to try to pick a leaf eater. I didn't know they were kickers.
They are kickers, bud. You're in big trouble.
No, anytime that you...
Answer your phone. Who is it?
I don't know. I don't recognize the number.
Hey, Breezy, you're on Run and Fez.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I like to kick a three-toed sloth to death. They're really slow.
Thanks. Here is Blaine. Blaine, you're on Run and Fez.
Yeah, Ron, when you're preparing for one of these fights, you watch any film on them, or...?
Oh, I definitely would. I would want to know the way they dealt with predators, particularly kicking predators. What are their defenses? Are they able to defend themselves? I would love to fight something that couldn't defend itself. Like, obviously, I would love to kick a lion to death. It would be a baby lion, a newborn, but I wouldn't tell that later. I would just say, hey, I'd be drinking in a bar and go, hey, I ever tell you about the time I kicked a lion to death? And as the women, gather around and be like, yeah, it was scary, but I just kept kicking till someone bastard yells, how old was it? And that'll get me furious, because then I'm busted. Here's Lindsay. Lindsay, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, guys, I just want to let Dave know that a hippo is actually very agile in the water, so kicking a hippo to death in the water is a bad idea.
It's not going to happen. You can't kick a shad to death in the water.
Wait, why does it have to be in the water?
No, it doesn't. But you're the one who said you would, because it was dozing.
Right, well...
You don't even know the things that you say.
No, I do. But the thing is, if I could get him up onto dry land, then boom, I still have a chance.
Dan, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I kick a panda to death.
Panda.
I think a panda will fight back. I think a panda will come back after you.
Never heard of a panda in a fight before. Have you?
Yeah,
I thought I had. I thought they get kind of nasty.
Well, who do they fight?
Monkeys.
A panda and a monkey fight you've seen?
Yeah.
I want to see this.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
No, I saw it.
I don't even think they live near each other.
Oh, absolutely.
Pandas live in China, right?
Yes.
What monkeys are in China?
Oh, there's some Chinese monkeys there.
Stop it. Earl, do you know about this? Pandas ever have fights?
I've always seen them as very passive and very cuddly.
Like big teddy bears.
Yeah, and I've never seen them aggressive to where, you never heard of anybody getting clawed to death by a panda.
Yeah. Bill, you're on Run and Fez.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
I think I kick an ex-executive to death.
Run Zero Fez, age 66, Run Zero Fez. Here are Blake. Here's Blake. Blake, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, man, I saw this Discovery Channel thing where these guys were kayaking, and they went over to these hippos to try to pet them. The hippo grabbed this guy. He was all the way in his mouth, ripped off his leg and his arm, and he was lucky to get away, man.
Did he have the opportunity to kick?
No. I mean, his leg was all the way in his mouth.
If you go there attempting to pet, you deserve to what happens to you. But if the guy went over and kicked, missed, then was attacked, I'd like, hey, brother, you did your best. You came up short, but you did your best. Chris, you're on Run and Fez.
Yo, Ronnie, they just, on last Tuesday, couple of kids in Lithuania were climbing into a giraffe cage, and the 1.3-ton animal flew into a rage and attacked the 3 student trespassers, putting one in the hospital. I'm worried about you.
Yeah, I might be pulling out of the giraffe thing. I honestly did not know. I thought they would just take it. I thought they would take the beat down, and it would just be a matter of, catching it, kicking it. I thought that was going to be the problem.
You've never seen footage of a giraffe turning back around and engaging in a fight at all.
And yet you told me you've seen this with a panda, and I know you haven't. I know you and Dave are lying about the panda fights.
No, I haven't seen it, but I've definitely heard of it. Absolutely.
Flea Man, you're on Fez.
Yep, I think I could kick a penguin to death pretty
Wait
easy.
a minute, is this Flea?
Yes.
Yeah, you got to be 21 to call, particularly now.
Do I have to be 21 to beat a...
Yes, I'm sorry, Flea. I can't have you on here. And also, I'd like to get something out there. You got to be 21 to post from now on. Yeah. What are the giant panda's natural enemies? You said monkeys.
Yes.
No.
Really?
The only predators of adult pandas seem to be humans. So, occasionally the cubs are attacked by jackals, leopards, but a leopard could actually beat a giant panda. But overall, they only seem to be attacked by humans. So, we've never as far as I know, we don't have anything of a panda in a fight. And since there's so few of them, no one's going to let anything attack a panda now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing we would have to be able to look for is a panda attacking a zookeeper.
All right, I wouldn't mind saying that. A panda attacking a zookeeper. But I need to see it before I'm going to believe it. Again, I didn't know that giraffes could fight. My hand to God. And I am pulled out of that. I've signed 0 contracts. And I'm going to fight something else now.
That's a shame. How about
what
like
am I going to fight? I'm going to fight a baby chick. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fight a baby chick now. I had to come all the way back.
That seems all the way down, though.
Doesn't it?
It does.
Disappointment. That's what took me there. Disappointment. I'm disappointed today. Here's Ray. Ray, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, what kind of shoes you wearing? You wearing the cowboy boots or what?
I'm going steel tip construction boots. Same as I always do. I steel tip, and
right.
I don't worry about a thing. I have never felt as comfortable in my life as with steel tip boots. It just feels like nothing can go wrong, and if you need to, you're a kicker.
Well, there's certainly a big force around your foot, but I don't think they're very flexible.
Yeah, but if anything falls on you, you're more than safe. It's the steel tip that saves you. Here's Greg. Greg, you're on Run Fez.
How about a big purple dinosaur named Barney?
I don't know how you got through. Bobby, you're on the Run Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yes, sir.
What about a flamingo? They've always got the one leg up in the air. You can just kick it out from under him and start stomping on him.
Well, yeah, flamingo would be easy enough. Flamingo, which they say are pink from the shrimp that they eat.
Oh, I can't believe that.
That's what they say when you're in Florida.
I think shrimp have more of a white color to them anyway.
Ever seen a flamingo outside of captivity?
No.
Flamingos are more white outside of captivity.
Huh.
Then you see them at places like all those drive-by Florida places. They feed them shrimp. They all turn pink for some reason.
Oh, that's weird.
I know. Very weird. Animals, there's nothing weirder. I could sit and look at animals forever. I'm an animal lover. That's why this thing, of which is the biggest one you can kick to death, actually got to me a little bit. Here's another thing that happened yesterday, and I don't know whether I can put up with it anymore. Because of the stupid conversation that you, me, and Red got into about what is the largest animal we could kick to death, I think Ricky Gervais came up with the premise. I have gotten thousands of emails of animals attacking people, animals attacking other people, animals attacking animals, animals attacking rocks, and one, which is just a dog humping a goose that got sent to me by Sheepy, who now wants to be called Strong Sad. I've had enough of the animal attack videos. There's way too many of them. But I have come up with this. I cannot beat a giraffe. Dave cannot beat a hippo. You cannot beat a panda. The lovable panda attacking a Chinese person at the zoo shocked the hell out of me. I never thought a panda was mean at all.
Well, they look like a sleepy creature.
Yeah.
Like they're going to spend 23 hours a day sleeping and the other hour snacking on bamboo.
That hour that they're awake. This is the deal. You can be the nicest thing in the world, like everything that we're talking about, vegetarian, yet they'll still kill someone. That's the interesting thing, which goes to show animals just don't kill for food. They do it for their own, they'll kill for their protection.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if they think someone's coming near a cub or something like that.
Doesn't even have to be near a cub. They'll protect themselves. So that's where we are on that, Fez. We are going to now do the biggest animal we can kick to death. It's going to be kittens. That's as far as we can possibly. And I was thinking about this. Before we came up with tools, weapons, how did men ever beat anything? I mean, there's very few animals that we're not as strong as fast as sharp as teeth as. I don't know what humans did before they came up with spears.
I guess they just ran. They ran and hid.
What are you going to outrun? And when it comes to hiding, these bastards can smell you. A deer can smell you if you're like 2 miles away. I think all the animals can smell like that.
They probably choked, 9 non-flying birds, like a turkey or things of that,
things of that nature. No. But here's the thing. Well, how did they beat the animals that were against them, the predators? By the way, I saw Mars come in there. Did he just tell you to stop touching the mic, girl?
Yeah, one of the things he told me was, and he said he has to fix the short.
But you have a hold of that mic constantly. Now that you don't, you're fine.
Yeah, but when it buzzes, that was the thing that stopped the buzzing.
That's a lie. It's not buzzing now.
Yeah, but
because you don't have your hand on it.
Yeah, but it's at the right angle now because he told me to have it at a specific angle.
And this is 3 weeks I've been talking to you about it. The first time you brought it up to him.
No, we've always brought it up.
Who's we?
The mic people.
Who else besides you? Who else is in there besides you? Who do I know about, Earl?
I'm the man that lives in the mic.
Well, Pitsy uses the mic sometimes. Dave uses the mic sometimes.
Did any of them go to Mars? No, and I will say this: it never buzzes on Pitsy. It never buzzes on Dave.
It buzzed on Dave.
It did not. It's not perfect. I was listening. Pitsy.
I've been telling him for a week to keep it flat so that there's no buzzing. Yeah. And he has to grab onto it, to save himself for some reason. I don't know why.
Because it buzzes.
He thinks he's going to fall down a hole. Eric, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ron, I think I got an answer on that weapon thing. I think the cavemen used to chase the animals off of a cliff, if I'm not mistaken. They work as a team, but they would chase them off of a cliff, like a deer or a buffalo.
All right, so you got to only hunt next to a cliff, and then you got to hope a deer or a buffalo runs by. Everybody gets around them. Then it falls off a cliff, and then somehow you guys climb all the way down there and have food.
Yeah, how are you retrieving that?
Now, and that's not that's killing food. What do you do if anything is against you? I mean, we just seen that now, according to these tapes, a giraffe could kill us in a fight. A giraffe could destroy us in a fight. And you'd think, to me, a giraffe is a pussy out of all the animals out there. Jim, you're on Fez.
Yeah, I want to know what kind of moron Dave is thinking that turkeys can't fly. I see turkeys in trees all the time flying.
Well, he's gone by WKRP in Cincinnati. His hand to God, he thought turkeys could fly.
What are you talking about? There's turkey farms all over the place. There was a turkey farm near my house in New Jersey.
That must have smelled great.
It was all right. And you would see the turkeys crossing the street. I mean, they clearly had gotten out of their pens.
They can't so much fly, but they can do like the running, jump, glide thing. I've seen that before.
Right, like a peacock.
But they couldn't take off into the air. They were just walking on the street. It caused a traffic jam in Jersey for 15 minutes.
But what I'm saying, they could take off and make it 30 yards or something. You don't see one flying over your head, but like Fez brought up the peacock, they get a good running start, they get a decent glide going, and that's the end of it.
But that's more of a long jump than flying.
Don, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddies. Before man created tools, which actually was, before we even learned how to talk, but before
we had tools before we had language.
Right. And
interesting.
Before
and then the first thing that man said was to his wife, "I'm in the shop. Would you please leave me alone? You see, I'm working on my tools." All right, go ahead, Don.
Okay. Before that, I mean, we didn't eat meat at all. I mean, there's no way to kill an animal without a weapon.
I bet we killed mice or something. I bet we started off with just as little as we could, because no one can make it as a vegetarian. Unless you're trying to tell me cavemen look like Moby, just pasty and frail and had nothing happening. Here is Greg. Greg, you're on Fez.
Yeah, we used to defend ourselves with rocks and sticks. Even
Yeah, but that
monkeys
ain't gonna help you
will
against
throw
a bear.
rocks in fights, and so we would throw rocks at our predators and use sticks as like clubs.
That's childish.
And that's considering that you're just walking along and there's a big enough rock to use right next to you.
Here's Kerry. Kerry, you're on Fez.
Hey, Dave, I want to tell you, I hate to stick up for you, buddy, but you're right. Domestic turkeys cannot fly. Hell, their breasts are so big they can't even breed on their own. They have to be aided by man. Wild turkeys can fly, however.
Well, wild turkeys is all they would have had back then. They're not
Right,
going to
but-
breed turkeys.
Right, but Dave was right when he said the turkeys can't fly because of the turkeys he's used to seeing from the turkey farm. He's
Thank
right,
you.
They can't fly.
They can't fly. And I mean, yeah, otherwise...
But it's a turkey farm turkey. That's not what a caveman had. He had a wild turkey.
He may have had wild turkeys, yes.
What other kind of turkeys would there been? There were no turkey farms where we stuffed these white turkeys until they couldn't move.
How do we
did
know that?
We know it because they did not raise animals back then. They were cavemen. The American turkey that you see, it's just like our chickens. They're not, a chicken in the wild would not be as fat and plump as the chickens that we have. They're
see.
much smaller. Sean, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ron, this is Sean.
Yeah.
And turkeys, they're pretty fast, you know, because I hunt them and everything. And also, when I was a kid, my dad owned one, and it would attack me, and I had to beat it down with a baseball bat.
I will tell you this. They might be fast, but if I see one coming at me, I'm going to punt it like a football. And you will see a turkey explode.
You should. I would grab it by his little neck, that weird neck thing, and just spin him around and then throw him up in the air. That's
Yeah.
how I'd like to kill him.
That probably was the first basketball. It was just a turkey. They probably had a turkey and just like some woman waved a basket and then right away they're shooting hoop. Here is Ben. Ben, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ron. I raise turkeys, and they fly to the top of 30 feet poplar trees, so Dave's an idiot.
Well, Dave's an idiot whether turkeys can fly or not.
That seems like they jumped up there. Again, we're talking about flying and jumping.
30 feet, Dave.
Then Carl Lewis can fly.
No,
Because
that's
he
a big
jumped 30
difference.
feet.
He can't
Straight
jump
up in the
30
air.
feet up into a tree.
He jumped 30 feet,
Yeah, but that's not the
horizontally.
same thing. That's not the same thing. That's not what we're talking about. They can fly, they can't fly south for the winter. If I found out you could flap a little bit and get 30 feet in it, I'd be selling you on the road right now as the flying red-headed boy.
We don't say David Blaine can fly. You know what I mean?
You cannot be stupid on me today.
I'm not.
We're on the air 24 hours a day now. I can't have dumb David Blaine talk. I need smart Dave. The Dave that hasn't existed yet.
Okay.
Here is Matthew. You're on Fez.
Hey, I'm a student with anthropology, and I know you guys hate to beat the subject to death, but talking about the evolution of man,
Yeah.
Man was scavengers, first before they figured out how to make tools.
So they waited till other animals killed stuff.
Yeah,
we
well,
were
they
basically coyotes.
hyenas would.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's nice, huh? So, that's what we used to do, and that's how we learned how to cook and, proteins in our brain made it bigger, blah, blah, blah.
Matthew, you're an anthropologist, right?
Anthropology student.
Oh, student. What do I got to do to be one? Because I really like to be one of those guys. I at least want to tell people I'm an anthropologist. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to say I'm an anthropologist and I have 2 radio shows. What are you going to do? Google it to find out I'm lying? I like to tell people I do something better because if you tell them that you're on the radio, they call you a disc jockey. Like, fuck you. You ever see me with a record? Who am I, high lit? That's not happening.
So if man hadn't started eating meat and just stuck with, scrounging up vegetables and plants and stuff, we would have stayed stupid.
How do you figure?
Well, that guy was saying once we started eating the meat, the proteins made our brains smarter. So we kind of evolved because of our diet into a smarter creature.
I would say that's a theory, but it's an interesting theory, is it not?
Totally.
Because I've never met too many smart vegetarians. First of all, they think they're living a healthy lifestyle and, slices of pizza and Cracker Jacks with every meal. You have to admit that. How many fat-ass vegetarians have you met over the years? They're not paying attention. They're not always living a very healthy... Like, I'm a vegetarian, so I'm having a cupcake. That's not fucking good for you. I know some people, they really do love animals. And I understand, I've had this scurvy feeling before of like eating chicken and look down and just see the bones and go, what am I doing?
I picked that apart.
I just feel like I'm gnawing on something's bones. You're no better than a wild dog when you're doing that. But then I shake it off and I move on a little bit.
That's because it's very natural. If it's natural for other animals to be carnivores, why is it natural for humans? Also, vegetarians usually seem lazier to me.
Well, they're lethargic. I don't think that they're lazy, but they are lethargic. Here's Kobe. You're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, I got two things. First of all, turkeys can fly. I hunt turkeys in the wild. And secondly, kicking them ain't going to do a goddamn thing because I use a shotgun, and if you don't have any of those pellets get on the head or the neck, they're not going down. They bounce right off them feathers. They're so thick.
Bro, I have a steel-tip boot or a cleat, and you tell me I can't kick a turkey to death?
My phone's taking a shit.
Yeah. Well, your opinion is shit, too, because I'm not a guy who brags a lot, but I know for a fact I could kick a turkey to death. Chain its little paw to something so it can't get away. Not a paw, but what is it? It's like
talon.
It's a hoof.
It's not a hoof.
It has two hoofs. And you tie both of them there so it can't move. I'll get a running start, and I will kick that thing into a feathery mess. And again, this is just because I know people listen to the station now, and they worry about this and that. I'm not going to kick a turkey to death. We're talking scientifically. This is philosophy. Can a man do this? And I'm not a Superman. I'm a man much like yourself, and I'm saying all of us can kick turkeys to death under the right... I think we can kick any animal to death under the right circumstances.
With the turkey, too, I don't even think you necessarily need the headshot. I think body shots would be enough on a turkey.
Well, he's saying that there's so many feathers on them that it's protection. It's like they're wearing a flak jacket. Bullshit. Not if I get going. Give me all day, and I'll kick that turkey to death.
What kind of feathers are these? Anyway, I've never heard of feathers.
They're Kevlar feathers.
What can we do for you, Bill?
The only wild turkey I like to kick is wild turkey bourbon. God, I love that stuff.
Thank you. Michael, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
It's Michael from Tennessee. I just want to tell you, when I was a teenager, my grandfather fattened up a turkey. It's a good hayseed story for you.
Yeah.
He fattened up this turkey in a pen. He said, go in there and get this turkey, Michael. And I went in there, and this turkey beat the shit out of me. They will flog the hell out of you.
Again, here's the problem. We can't beat anything in the world. That's the problem with humans. I'm telling you, until we came up with the machine gun, we didn't have shit happening for us.
It's like as a creature, we have no natural defenses.
Here's Snot. You're on the Ron and Fez show. Go ahead, bro. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Ronnie, love you.
Thanks, brother.
Fez, love all of you guys.
Thanks. What can
Ronnie, you there?
Yes. What can we do for you?
I want to know, when you punt the turkey, you do it barefoot like the old school kickers?
I drop kick. When I say punt, I really mean drop kick. And the timing has to be there on a perfect drop kick, which I'd rather we went back to that in the NFL. Add a little something to the game.
We had one from Doug Flutie a couple seasons ago.
It should be the only way. And where did he do it? A PAT. I'm talking about a 60-yard drop kick. Then let's see what happens. Here is Dwayne. Dwayne, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, how y'all doing? You guys doing? Welcome back, Fez. I'm just curious, what do you think about possums? Because I kill possums, and no matter what you do to them little bastards, they've always got that shit-eating grin on their face.
Nothing better to grin at me when I kick it. I mean, I know we're at the top of the food chain, so don't start fucking smiling like you're Roberto Duran and it doesn't hurt. You just got kicked in the side with a steel-tipped boot, possum.
You have to worry about a plain possum, though.
What kind of defense is that? I'll act like I'm dead. Well, wouldn't that animal just pick you up and carry you back and feed it to its, like, pups or whatever they do? Here's Tom. Tom, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, morning, guys.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, no disparaging remarks about our friend from Tennessee, but he must have been kind of a wuss because I had to pay $35 to one of those petting zoo type places because my daughter and I and the wife and son were in there, and this turkey came after my daughter.
like they do. She had a handful of corn, and she hauled off and kicked the sucker so hard it practically shit its gizzard out, and it lumped up and died right there. And then the guy came after us for it. She shouldn't have done that. Blah blah blah. We had paid $35 to get the hell out of there without him calling the cops.
Sounds like the funnest little trip your daughter's ever had. She won't be relaying these memories to a therapist in the near future.
I went to this petting zoo for deer when I was little, and the guy who ran it kept being kicked by deer all the time. And he goes that their little hooves are razor sharp. Razor sharp. He shows his legs. They're all sliced up, scarred. From deer. You don't want to back a deer into anything.
How does he do that without just going off on the deer one way or another?
They love animals. That's something Here's the two things that you can't figure out. The love of women and the love of animals.
Seems like about the same thing.
Ouch. You never loved an animal?
I've never had an affection for an animal. Had pets, growing up the whole time.
Yeah.
Never had, a huge attachment to one.
Bring that up to your shrink. Because I think part of your problem is, and the reason why your heart doesn't work, is you're not using it. How could you have never loved an animal? If you see an animal, you don't think it's cute, it's sweet?
Yeah, I see. I can see the cuteness. I can see why other people love animals, I guess. But I've never felt that. I remember when my first dog died, all I could think of is there's a dead dog in the house. And I hope my dad gets rid of it quick.
When my dog died, all I thought is, why go on? Why now go on? What do I have to live for?
It's the worst. We had to bury our dog Lucy in the tree, and I made a little cross like she was a dog Christian.
Let me just point this out to you, too. I don't like when people name their animals after people. No dog would be a Lucy. You have to come up with a pet name, not a human name. Well, I had this friend, Dan. You know what the name of his dog was?
No.
Dan. He's like, this is Dan. I go, I thought you were Dan. He goes, I am. But this is also Dan. I go, you're a sick prick.
It's lazy.
But I do like the fact that you have a kerchief around his neck, and we waste and pop by giving it shotguns.
I used to love Lucille Ball.
What's so funny about giving a dog a shotgun? We're paying a lot of money for this dope. I don't care how high it is. I got my own fucking problems.
Ron and Fez, XM 202.